What's up, guys? I'm Jay Fleazy, and welcome to episode 1 of Rustbelt Championship Wrestling. Let's go. Before we get into the shows, we're gonna get into a few screens here. For one, look at my great backstage. Look how green this is. Oh, it's amazing. Amazing. It's amazing. I've had some bad backstages, so this feels very good. Feels like a much more fun environment to be in. But the real thing I wanted to get into was the creative screen, because it's one of my favorites. The franchise players, nobody, because we haven't even had a show. Next big thing, same as well. The hot prospects. Look at this. Jay Silver, who in episode 0 I realized looked like he might be really good. Me, who should be number 1, of course. But, should be franchise player. Whatever. We'll get there. They'll learn. Wild Red Stallion, who I'm surprised is there, looking at his stats. Jules, I don't really think he should be there. I mean, he'll be a good ring general. And Hammer, who should probably be higher up the list, where Stallion is, really. Talk the talk, we got Pinky Perez, who is a new signing you did not see in episode 0, as well as Ernest Youngman. People who know. Haley Buck in there, interesting, actually. And Joanna Silver. Showstoppers, Remy Sky, what a shock. El Hijo del Neutron. Tried to roll my R, I failed miserably. I'm usually good at that. Lefty Wilkes is interesting. Hammer at 4, because beast. Jules, lower than Hammer, kinda crazy. Jules would be above him here, yeah. So, it's interesting. Well, let's check out Hidden Gems real quick. Who's in there? I thought his name might come up. Kip Conduit, I've never rated. Christy Higgins, interesting. I haven't worked with her much. No idea who Brute Squad Blitzer is. Prime Time Jack Pride, I don't think I've ever worked with either. Anyways, just wanted to get into those two things before we start the show. Let's start the show. Yeah. Alright, well, here we are. Show day. Expecting a whole 62 fans to come to the show. Absolutely killing it around here. Actually more than I expected. That was crazy. So I'm actually happy with that number. I imagine that has a lot to do with the economy and wrestling industry actually being pretty high, which doesn't usually start that high. Alright, so generic, clearly. Booking meeting, well, I think it's just me and tomorrow, right? Ain't gonna be much there. I could go for a storyline idea, which... Yeah, I mean, beggars can't be choosers right now, can they? So, locker room incidents. We have a very positive locker room. If I see one negative, I will, though. Hammer's gonna pop off, or Ruby's gonna pop off, guaranteed. Go on, Velvet. Some training getting done. Did fantastic. Create a finish. Thank you. Lifted, look at that. Got some impressions going on backstage. Lefty Wilkes in fine form backstage. Great road stories. Alright. Look at us. A positive locker room. Uh-oh. Never mind. Come on, man. Joanna's just trying to help. Like, Dropkick was clearly not happy with Joanna Silver, apparently irritated by the morale officer's team-building efforts. Great reading there, guys. Oh, he's got a needy personality. That doesn't show up as a negative personality backstage. He may not be around long then. I ain't dealing with shit like that. Come on now. Alright, that was not bad. So, morale shouldn't be shocking. Address the locker room. No, thank you. Here we go. Alright, here we are. Showtime. RCW Rock City Rampage. This is what we have so far, but before we get into the show, a couple things to address. For one, with the product. I did forget with the product. It's going to be a little problematic, a little harder to book. I have to have one match with storytelling. I don't need Steal the Show. I thought I also needed Steal the Show. So I need one match with storytelling, one match with hardcore, wild brawl, car crash, or mayhem, and one eye candy, which is gonna be tough to fit in every show. There was meant to be sex appeal to this show, and a decent amount of it. I mean, that is part of the show. But eye candy matches I didn't want to have to do every show. But I've got to fit these in every show. So we'll figure it out. We'll work around it. Good stuff. Second thing is, we have a tournament going. I haven't really addressed that in any other video or any other part of the video yet. For the Great Lakes Championship, winner of this tournament will obviously win the title. So there's that. So now that we got into that, one last check over the show, let's get into the show then, huh? Do it. Alright, here we go. Jay Fleazy opens the show welcoming everybody to the Rustbelt Championship Wrestling. Then goes on to introduce his top guys, the Iron Syndicate, and announces, spelled wrong, a tag team match for later involving Annihilus and Zippy. So, couple things here. I just realized. Apparently, I don't have a road agent. Road agenting? I'm hoping that was just a weird thing with this booking and not the entire show, or I don't have a road agent the entire show. That would suck. But this wasn't bad, considering. I'm quite happy with this angle. I'm a little more positive about the rest of the show. So let's see. Wow! Whoa! Wow! Okay. Wild Red Stallion kicks the show off with actually a loss, right? Yeah, to Lefty Wilkes. So Lefty Wilkes advances in the tournament of champions. I guess it is for the title. 30 segment rating is surprising to me. Interesting. Alright. I guess it's not as hard to be an entertainment company as it used to be. Next segment then. Great ratings for both of their gimmicks. Alright, now we get a little vignette backstage with Zippy and Annihilus talking. Pre-match. And we get tag team match. The debut of the Ironbound Syndicate. With Annihilus absolutely destroying the competition. And hey, look at that, Annihilus and Deanna Desire. Good pairing. That's huge. I need that. That's really big. These ratings are much better than I expected. I'm very happy with this. But Riley McManus just did a job, didn't he? Jeez. I'm so happy I put him into this match. Alright. Oh, absolute train wreck. This was the announcing of the tournament, that's right. So Tamara McFly comes out to announce the Tournament of Champions, basically. So that's her first appearance as well. She did very poor when improvising dialogue. That's unfortunate. I expected better from her as a very long time vet. Moving on. El Hijo del Neutron versus... I butchered it again. Come on. Versus Jules Knight. And, well, this match did as expected. Now, these segment ratings are a lot higher than I expected. So, the show's looking quite good right now. But El Hijo del Neutron defeats Jules Knight in just under 10 minutes by pinfall with the Neutron Bomb. Beautiful match. Great job from the boys. And that, again, El Hijo del Neutron advances in the tournament. On to our next backstage angle here with Tamara McFly in her office with Ruby Reese and Talia bitching at her. Ellie Perks walking by with just one little passing comment. Oh, look at the vets. Bunch of children. And she gets herself involved in something she didn't want to be in. Big time rookie mistake. Now we got Joji and Kid Fantastic in a match I thought would be significantly better, but unfortunately, I mean the creative finish was even a success, but they just didn't have chemistry. And I am road agenting. I'm realizing this entire show, me, a dude who doesn't know how to work himself. Imagine what the show could have been if I wasn't road agenting. Big mistake on me, my part, not Jay Fleazy's part. Joanna Silver and Joy Rider put on a brilliant eye candy match to give the crowd a breather. And somehow in an eye candy match, she gets her eardrum blown out. Are you serious? In a match with Superb Wrestling, a Superb Wrestling eye candy match. Out here rolling around in a pool. Something like that. I don't know what they're doing. I didn't think it that far through. Good lord. Alright. Again, in a match I thought would have been significantly better. Oh, I guess not. That's actually a good wrestling rating. The crowd just didn't care. Remy Sky and Hammer Hadley put on a very good match. There's no heat because, it's a bit out of nowhere, but Hammer does advance with the Death Valley Driver to advance to the semifinal of the Great Lakes Championship Tournament. And Haley Buck did good work ringside. It's good to know. Very good stuff from my managers so far. No awkward pairings. On to Talia, or Talia, however she says it. Ruby and Allie Perks, who put on quite the match, actually. This probably could have been the main event. Probably should have been the main event. In a great wrestling match where Talia defeated Ruby Reese and Allie Perks when Talia pinned Allie Perks for the spinal trauma, which she probably deserved. Don't disrespect the vets. Great match from the girls, though. And no blown out eardrums. And in your main event, Jay Fleazy defeats Jay Silver with a torpedo spear. Or just a torpedo. The match was designed to tell a specific story, because this was the storytelling match. And, of course, I'm in the main event. I'm the star. Let's go. Oh, no. So far, a good show. Again, Deanna does it right. Oh my, why do I keep saying that? Deanna Desire. Oh, a very good job ringside for the Ironbound Syndicate. I have good chemistry. Let's go. And to go off, I say go off TV. We don't have TV. To end the show, Iron Syndicate are standing tall in the ring. Annihilus just looking like an absolute freak of nature. Jay Fleazy and Zippy just talking all the shit in the world, right? We own this place. We run this place. You do as I say. Get out of my way, right? So, oh no, I tell you what, guys. I'm quite surprised by this. Look at me, improvise masterfully. Me and Zippy did great. Did great. So we got off to a very good start, show-wise. But also the Ironbound Syndicate got off to a great start here. So I'm very happy with that. We're talking a 25 show rating. I was used too much on the show. I don't know who said that. They'll be fired real quick. I'm gonna find out who said that. I don't know who the hell they think they are. Don't increase my popularity in one region. Obviously, because it's the only region who can see it. And I could have the worst show ever and still increase my popularity with my popularity. But in a show, good stuff. Address the locker room. I wish I could address myself. See, Talia was very good. Who was the other? Oh, where is he? Riley did a fantastic job. Well, that's who we're gonna praise. They did a great job. Injury review. That is incredible. She blew an eardrum in an eye candy match. They're rolling around in sudsy water in bathing suits, and she blows an eardrum. Crazy. Crazy. Financial report. That's losing more money than I would like. I'm putting my own personal finances into the show. Like, I can't be bleeding money like that. Let's hope that turns around quick. They do have the top star in the business on the roster, so should be fine. Popularity recap. Up to a 4, I would think. I don't think we were originally a 4. I were a 2, but you know what? 4. No movement, I guess. Alright. Well, that was good stuff. It was a far better show than I thought it was gonna be, So I'm happy with that. I made a few mistakes on that show, booking wise. I made a mistake not having a road agent set, even though I hired one. So I'm gonna fix that, and I'll get back to y'all. Alright, before we get into show number 2, we're gonna look at a couple things. So first, we're gonna look at finances, where we are. This is a month after the first show. And we're bleeding money so far. I might be investing some more of my personal money into this company here soon. But I think that'll start turning around faster. So, gotta ride it out. Got the top star in the business at the top. So we're gonna get there. Second thing is, we've ran the show now, so now we can look at the creative and really look at what's going on here, what people think of the talent here. So we got, as surprise to no one, other than, I should be at the top, there's Ernest Youngman, number 1. Not shocked, that's who I expected to be there. Talia, interesting being number 2, I love that, because I think she's great. And Ruby being 4, which I guess this is telling you why they put on such a good match in the last show. Nate DeMarcus, who is a spoiler, kind of, if you hadn't seen it down in this little menu over here. I signed him before last show. Him being 3, maybe a little low behind Talia, but very good. I'm just gonna assume when I asked them to make this list, they figured I was telling them to exclude me from this list, because clearly I'm number 1. But, mistakes are made, misunderstandings, it's fine. I'm not gonna fire everybody. It's gotta be smarter. Next big thing, number 1, Joanna Silver. I agree. Love me some Joanna Silver. Zippy Deverell, of course. Kat, I love Kat. I think she's gonna do big things. All women. Kira Lee and Joyrider. It's all women. Oh, sorry. Zippy's a woman now, apparently. Sorry, Zip. So 4 women in the top 5. Wow. Let's see if the rest has changed. Top prospects. Texas Hangman, I think, is going to do great things here once we get him into the flow of this company. It's going to be a little tough because we're going to have to limit people we're paying right now because clearly we're bleeding money. Jay Silver as well, I think, can do big things. Mello being here at number 3 is crazy. She can't work a lick, so she's more of a manager than she is a worker. Perfect for eye candy matches, though. Hey. Kira Lee. I agree. I like her. Jason Patterson. Why was that hard to say? He looks good. I brought him in between episode 0 and episode 1. This episode, clearly. So he looks pretty good. Talk the talk. The only change here is Ernest Youngman, and down here, I don't remember who was there, but not much change here. Ernest Youngman only being 3 is crazy. Pinky is better than Zippy. That is also crazy. Showstoppers. Pinky, of course. Remy Sky, Ernest Youngman, of course. Joji's in there now. Interesting. Ring Generals, Ernest Youngman, of course. Talia, Ruby, Riley, who... These 3, 2, 3, and 4 here, put on an absolute show in our first event. Great job. So who's hot? Hammer, Zippy, Annihilus. Wow. Kid Fantastic, and El Hijo. Who's not? Hey, get me off. Ooh. Okay. Who do I need to start firing? Who's not hot? I'm the hottest in the business. Okay. I think somebody's ribbing me. Not coming off well. Alright. Anyways, those were the 2 things I wanted to address. I got some people to go talk to before the next show. So I'll catch you at the show. Alright, here we go. Show number 2. RCW Close to the Edge. Pre-show, not much to catch you up on. I mean, except for one crazy thing. Joanna Silver and Hammer Hadley getting into a heated argument, which is... Joanna Silver's got a set of balls on her. And 2, Dropkick's bitching again, so we're gonna see him out the door pretty quickly, I think. So, screw that guy. I don't have time to deal with shit like that. Get to the show, huh? Oh, we open the show with the Ironbound Syndicate again, and a total fucking brag fest, right? Not only that, he ends the brag fest, saying he guarantees he will win his match tonight. Jay Fleazy, that is. Me. Guess what? I don't lose. Again, I didn't check the road agent things. What's going on with the road agent thing is Tamara is a road agent. I think it's just swapping me and her in and out for some reason. So she's doing some of it, but not all of it. I didn't look in the booking, because I'm stupid. Moving on. Following that, we have Texas Hangman making his debut, and what a debut it is. Having an absolute knockdown dragout with Jules Knight, apparently. Great wrestling, non-existent crowd. Unfortunate, but nobody knows who the fuck he is. They just see this good-looking, badass dude and like, hold on. He's putting on a hell of a match, and he finished it with a choke slam, because hell yeah. We all love a good choke slam. The Hangman gimmick, which is a fantastic gimmick. Let's go. As I said before, he feels like he's got quite the future here. Moving on. A 7. Hammer McFly comes out to announce the women's world, or I guess women's championship tournament, and gets a 7. Oof. Oof. Moving on from that. Called a crowd killer. But, no, it's not a crowd killer when Ruby Reese steps into the ring. As she steps into the ring against Velvet Suarez, and again, a great wrestling match. Not a lot of heat, because, I mean, the tens and tens of fans, don't know who these people are yet, but, soon. And, to follow that, the Ironbound Syndicate come in and absolutely destroy Patterson and Patton. Annihilating both of them himself, pretty much, as Zippy just stands there at the turnbuckle, just talking shit the whole time. As Annihilus does all the heavy lifting. Moving on. And, well, after the match, Zippy the Lip grabs a mic and just motor mouth talks shit while Annihilus just continues to pummel these two poor guys. Until security finally comes out and gets them away. Oof. Then, in a shocking affair here, we have Hammer Hadley defeating Lefty Wilkes in a terrible match, even though Hammer had a great performance. And he moves on to the final of the RCW Great Lakes Championship Tournament. Hammer Hadley. Moving on. Good stuff. I mean, that's a great performance for such a bad rating. We move on to Allie Perks, Joanna Silver, and Mello Flashheart's entrances. Very much showing off their gimmicks. And on to the eye candy match of the night of Joanna Silver versus Mello Flashheart versus Allie Perks, and boy, was it good. Brought the crowd down, let them breathe a little bit. Joanna put on a ridiculous performance. 39 rating, 43 wrestling rating, a superb wrestling match, which is hilarious when you're talking about an eye candy match. Beautiful job, girls. Mello Flashheart made her debut too, by the way. Moving on. We have Neutron walking backstage and getting absolutely blindsided and destroyed by Annihilus and Zippy Deverall. Right before his match against Jay Fleazy. And as that's happening, you see Ernest Youngman pass in the background. Take a look at Annihilus. Take a look at Zippy. Look down at Neutron. Give a little smirk, and just walk away. Debut of Ernest Youngman, by the way. Right to his entrance as Ernest Youngman comes in, puts on a 63 performance, guys. Holy shit. As he wins a superb wrestling match by pinning Fearless Blue with the hit, where, of course, Fearless Blue's taking the pin, huh? What a bum. Bum. Great job from Ernest Youngman there, showing how good he truly is. Top guy material, only as good as Jay Fleazy. Speaking of, you have Jay Fleazy now coming out for his entrance and just running his mouth, knowing the boys took care of Neutron. Took care of him. Doesn't have to waste his time, doesn't have to sweat, just easy. On to the final. You know what it is. Until Neutron's music hits. And boy, he may look hurt, but he don't look happy. We move on to the match. Where in a decent wrestling match, we had Jay Felice defeat Neutron with a torpedo spear after a distraction from Deanna Desire. And guess who's moving on to the final of the RCW Great Lakes Championship Tournament? Best in the business, owner and proprietor, Jay Felice. You know what it is. She just can't help being this good sometimes. Wow. I tell you what. That is a great show rating. Again, much higher than I expected in front of tens and tens of fans. That main event was quite decent. Actually, that main event outdid Ernest Youngman's and Joji. The only match actually outdoing that, like proper match, was Ruby Reese and Velvet Suarez. That's crazy. Oh no, down here, Texas Hangman. We booked this in reverse, didn't we? What a match, what a show. A lot of things happening here. The Iron Syndicate clearly running the show right now. Well, I'm very happy with the show. What I am quite happy with, Texas Hangman. What a performance. I think Ruby Reese again. What a performance. Oh no, I did Talia last time. Great performances in the show. And no injuries in eye candy matches. No more blown eardrums. That's nice. I'm very happy with the show. Let's see the finances. Yeah. We're gonna be dipping into more personal money here soon. Shows are going great. I'm great. The Ironbound Syndicate is great. We'll be there. We'll be there. It's all good. What do you guys think of the two shows? Comments. Leave comments in the comment section about what do you think of the roster now, because there has been some good additions. What do you think about the Ironbound Syndicate? Where do you think that's going? Where do you think that should go? What do you think about Jay Felice, the main eventer? What do you think about some of these matches that have been crazy, like Texas Hangman? Holy crap! That I'm still floored by that. I'm still floored by Joanna Silver busting a eardrum, but whatever. What do you think about future booking ideas? I still need tag teams. If you guys got tag teams, I'm all open for it. Future storylines. Also, the future of the series. Do you guys want to be let in a little more on the backstage stuff, like showing you the storylines, teams, other different things like behind the scenes stuff? Or would you rather it be run like a show where you're seeing it as the show is running? Let me know in the comments. I appreciate y'all watching the video. If you like what you're watching, like, subscribe, leave a comment, tell a friend. It helps a ton to keep this series going and crushing it. So, thank you all for watching. I appreciate y'all. Catch you next time. I'll let you guys behind the scenes again. I did it again. I saluted again. To who? You can't see it. I don't know. What is wrong with me? I don't know. You guys have a good day.